What will become cheaper because of the India-New Zealand trade deal? Imagine a middle-class family standing in a supermarket on a Sunday morning. The child's eyes fall on the shiny kiwi, fruit kept on the shelf. The mother pauses after seeing the price of imported apples, and the father looks at the prices of wine, honey, dry fruits, seafood, or furniture and things. Why are these things outside our budget? The fear begins here, because global quality products are visible in the Indian market. But because of import duty, logistics, and premium pricing, they do not easily reach the common buyer. And curiosity is born here. If the new free trade agreement between India and New Zealand is actually implemented, will changes be visible in the plate, home, wardrobe, and lifestyle of Indian consumers? Will fruits like kiwi and apples become more accessible? Can the prices of products like seafood, wool, timber, and Manuka honey slowly come down? And is this deal only a story of cheaper shopping? Or is there also a big opportunity hidden behind it for India's exporters, professionals, and youth? On 27 April 2026, India and New Zealand signed a free trade agreement in New Delhi. This agreement happened in the presence of Union Commerce Minister 𝐼𝐻𝐽𝐽 and New Zealand's Trade Minister 𝐼𝐸𝐻𝐸. The New Zealand side called it a once-in-a-generation opportunity, meaning an opportunity that does not come again and again. According to the official Indian statement, this agreement is not limited only to goods, but also touches areas like MSME, women-led enterprises, investment, agriculture productivity, and services cooperation. But the most important thing here is that the story of cheaper goods has to be understood in a very practical way. The trade deal has been signed, but many tariff cuts may not show their effect immediately. They may show impact phase-wise. New Zealand's official trade website also keeps it in the concluded but not in force category, meaning the agreement has been signed, but the necessary legal and parliamentary processes have to be completed for full implementation. So the consumer should not assume that prices in the supermarket will become half the very next day. Now the question is, what can become cheaper in India because of this deal? Its first impact may be visible on premium fruits. New Zealand is known worldwide for its high-quality agricultural products. Fruits like kiwi fruit, apples, cherries, blueberries, avocado, and persimmon are already present in the Indian urban market, but they often come in the premium category. According to Reuters, the FTA will bring tariff reduction on key fruit imports like kiwi fruit and apples, which may improve the availability and affordability of these products in the coming time. Kiwi fruit is the most interesting symbol of this story. Until a few years ago, kiwi was considered an exotic fruit in India, mostly limited to big cities, premium stores, or health-conscious buyers. But as health awareness increased, the demand for kiwi also increased. Now, if tariff pressure reduces, this fruit can gradually reach more households. This does not mean that kiwi will suddenly become as cheap as bananas, but the price gap may reduce and seasonal availability may become better. The apple market may also see an impact. India has a large domestic supply of apples, especially from regions like Himachal Pradesh, Kashmir, and Uttarakhand. That is why the government remains careful in protecting sensitive agriculture sectors. In this deal too, Indian dairy and some sensitive agriculture sectors have been kept out so that local farmers do not face sudden pressure. But with tariff cuts on New Zealand apples, price competition can increase in the premium imported apple segment. This will give consumers variety, but balancing the interest of domestic apple farmers will remain equally important. The second category is wine and premium beverages. In India, duties on imported wine have been quite high, because of which foreign wine is often sold like a luxury product. New Zealand's wine, especially Sauvignon Blanc, is famous in the global market. An earlier update from the New Zealand government had said that kiwi fruit, apples, Manuka honey, wine, and some dairy products are in the scope of sharp tariff cuts. This means New Zealand wine may become relatively affordable for wine lovers in the coming time, although the final price will also be affected by state taxes, distribution cost, and retail margin. The third category is seafood. New Zealand is known for seafood quality, and for Indian premium hotels, restaurants, and urban consumers, salmon, mussels, and other seafood items can be attractive. According to Reuters and Economic Times reports, tariffs on seafood will be reduced or phased out. Its impact may first be seen at restaurants, hotels, and premium retail counters, and then gradually in the consumer market too. Here, one interesting thing has to be understood. Seafood becoming cheaper does not only mean imported salmon coming onto the plate. When high-quality seafood imports become easier, restaurant menus change, the hospitality industry gets variety, the food processing sector gets raw material options, and competition increases.
Consumers can benefit from competition, but all this will happen only when logistics, cold chain, and demand also move together. The fourth category is wool and sheep meat. New Zealand is known worldwide for sheep farming and wool quality. According to AP and Indian official statements, New Zealand's wool, meat, and forestry-related products will get better access to the Indian market, while India has protected sensitive sectors like dairy. Duty reduction on wool can, in the long run, affect the cost structure of products like winter clothing, blankets, carpets, and textile blends. But the story of wool is also not direct. The price of a sweater is not decided only by raw wool. Processing, spinning, weaving, dyeing, branding, transport, and retail margin are also connected with it. So if duty reduces, it is not necessary that every woolen garment immediately becomes cheaper. But if manufacturers get cheaper or better quality input, both competition and product quality may improve. The fifth category is timber and forestry products. New Zealand's forestry industry is strong, and in India, there is big demand for timber in sectors like furniture, interior design, construction, and packaging. According to reports, duty-free or reduced duty access on forestry products is part of this deal. If the cost of imported timber comes down, furniture makers and construction-related businesses can benefit. At the consumer level, its impact may gradually be seen in furniture, wooden panels, or interior products. Now talking about Manuka honey, it is considered a very premium product of New Zealand. Because of its wellness and medicinal image, it is seen worldwide in the high-value honey category.
If after tariff cuts its landed cost comes down, it may become more visible in the Indian premium wellness market. Still, it would be wrong to think of it as cheap as normal honey, because Manuka honey's global branding, certification, and limited supply can keep its price premium. There is also an angle of some metals and industrial inputs in this deal. According to Reuters, tariff cuts or removal include items like seafood as well as iron, steel, and aluminium. The common consumer will not see this directly on the supermarket shelf, but industry may get relief in input costs. If cost pressure reduces in machinery, construction, packaging, or manufacturing supply chains, then in the long run, an indirect impact may also be seen on some finished products. Now, move beyond consumer benefits and look at the story of India's exporters. In this FTA, New Zealand has given a big benefit of duty elimination on Indian exports. According to PIB, the agreement talks about 100% duty elimination on Indian exports. This can benefit sectors like textiles, leather, gems and jewelry, engineering goods, auto components, pharma, and marine products. Meaning, India will not become only a market that buys imported products, but will also push its manufacturing and exports. There is also an opportunity here for small exporters. New Zealand is not a big market, but it is a high-income market. Quality, compliance, and trust are important there. If Indian MSMEs, textile makers, leather units, jewelry exporters, and auto component suppliers improve their quality with duty-free access, then new market entry can become easier for them. This deal is also important because India wants to diversify its dependency in global trade. The investment angle is also very big. According to the official Indian statement, there has been talk of a $20 billion investment commitment from New Zealand into India over 15 years. If this investment comes into manufacturing, infrastructure, food processing, clean energy, or technology sectors, it can support jobs, supply chains, and local industry. This is not just an import-export deal, but can become the foundation of a long-term economic partnership. For professionals too, an important opening has been mentioned in this agreement. According to Reuters, New Zealand will provide 5,000 temporary employment visas and 1,000 working holiday visas for Indian nationals, along with easing post-study work rights for Indian students. This directly means that Indian talent may get better mobility in IT, engineering, healthcare-related services, traditional medicine, and other professional areas. But here too, caution is necessary. Visa access does not mean an automatic job. It means the framework may become easier and opportunities may increase, but selection will depend on skills, employer requirements, qualification, documentation, and visa rules. So the youth should see it not as a guarantee, but as an opportunity window. The strategic message of this deal is also very strong. Trade uncertainty has increased in the world. Many countries do not want to keep supply chains too dependent on China. Many countries are looking for new partners, and India itself wants to take a bigger role in manufacturing and exports. According to AP's report, this pact is an effort to deepen economic ties amid global trade disruptions.
where India wants export diversification and New Zealand sees opportunities in the direction of reducing China reliance. Now the biggest question, will your kitchen and household expenses really come down? The answer is yes in some categories, but gradually and with conditions. The impact of duty cuts on products like kiwi, apples, Manuka honey, wine, seafood, wool, and timber can come into consumer prices. But the final price includes not only duty, but also shipping, storage, distributor margin, GST, state-level taxes, retailer margin, and the rupee exchange rate. So the price fall will be gradual and category-specific. Still, its psychological impact can be big. When the availability of imported fruits and premium food items increases, competition develops in the market. Local sellers also pay attention to quality and pricing. Premium products gradually move from the aspirational category to the accessible category. A thing that was earlier seen only in a gift hamper or luxury shelf can slowly become part of normal urban consumption. But the most balanced thing about this deal is that India has not fully opened sensitive sectors. Sectors like dairy, sugar, onions, spices, and edible oils have been kept out of liberalization so that domestic farmers and small producers can be protected from sudden import pressure. This is necessary because a trade deal benefits consumers, but if local producers suffer losses, an imbalance can come into the economy. Meaning, this deal is not just a race to bring cheaper goods, it is a balancing act. On one side, Indian consumers can get global quality. On the other side, Indian exporters will get better access to the New Zealand market. On the third side, mobility options will open for professionals and students. And on the fourth side, India will try to protect its farmers and sensitive sectors. Now, if we look from the eyes of an ordinary buyer, in the coming time, more New Zealand origin products may be visible on supermarket shelves. The variety of kiwi and apples may increase at fruit counters. The visibility of Manuka honey and wine may increase in premium food stores. Seafood options may expand in restaurants. Furniture makers may make better use of imported timber. And the textile industry may bring quality improvement in wool-based products. But if we look from the eyes of a young professional, this deal is not just a shopping list, but also a career list. Provisions like visa, services, access, professional mobility, and working holiday can give youth a path to global exposure. If an engineer, IT professional, yoga instructor, Ayurveda practitioner, or skilled worker has the right qualification and documentation, then in the coming years, New Zealand can become a more accessible destination for them. If we look from the eyes of an exporter, this deal opens a small but valuable market. If Indian textile, leather, jewelry, and engineering products go to New Zealand with duty-free or better access, then small manufacturers can also get confidence to reach global buyers. Today, in global trade, not only big players, but quality-focused MSME are also becoming important. And if we look from the perspective of government strategy, this deal shows that India is now moving forward in the direction of faster trade agreements with developed economies. According to PIB, this agreement was concluded in just 9 months and is part of India's broader engagement with developed economies. Such speed in itself is a message that India wants to take a more active role at the global trade table.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.